What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to a Thanksgiving edition of my Path to Power. Before we get into the episode, if you guys are looking to purchase any MSP or PSN cards, make sure to check out thegamekeys.co.uk. Or if FIFA coins are more your thing, check out justfifacoins.com. You can use the code Japes to get yourself a 5% discount on their instant delivery. And as you can see, we're cleaning up the club a little bit. Still waiting for a few of these guys to sell on. Going to look for our main man, the catalyst of our new squad, hopefully. Mr. Samuel Eto'o. He doesn't quite have the 90 pace that he's had in years past, but I looked at his dribbling and his shooting and I thought, yeah, this guy actually might be okay. I would have liked to see him have a little bit better passing, but we're going to pick one up with, I think it's the engine chemistry style on him. And there you can see right there. I think I paid about 33,000 coins. And I need, of course, Lukaku to go along with him because he's going to need the boost in chemistry. And I'm hoping that some of these guys will sell on rather quickly because I want the coins so I can finish out the rest of my squad. But as we take down there, you can see we pick up Lukaku. I wanted him with Maestro because I decided, like, for the way that I'm playing, that passing, dribbling, and shooting were the three most important stats. Pace is not that big of a deal, and for attackers, having the extra physical isn't crazy important because I'm kind of getting rid of the ball quickly, so it's not that big of a deal. And then, of course, defending, and I just don't really care about pace at the moment, and that's kind of the way I'm trying to play. And this guy has a little bit of a hybrid using Zarate and Palacio, two non-rare Argentine beasts up front. But we're getting things started here. Samuel Eto'o making his way into the box. I had no other option than try to cut that back. And the game gives me a little bit of a gift. Koscielny, I think that was Koscielny at least, clamoring into me and taking me down. Eto'o, finally, we have a nice penalty kick taker. And I'm going to go straight down the middle, and oh my gosh, every time it hits off the bar, you wonder if you've done something wrong. Or you just wait and you hope. You're like, are my players chasing after the ball, waiting for it to come down, or have we actually won? And in that circumstance, we had actually won, so that was great. Another very similar looking free kick to one that we've taken recently, and what about that? Absolutely delightful from Juan Mata, putting that into the back of the net for us. 2-0 now, 25th minute. That seems to be a great spot for him, and he's actually very, very good from free kicks. Again, he doesn't have loads of power, but having over 80 curve and accuracy, he does do a good job putting shots in the right place. Lovely pass there from Eto'o. Finds its way to, I think that was Lam in the middle, eventually making its way to Lukaku with a little fake shot turn. And one-on-one with the goalkeeper on his preferred left foot. You'd be willing to bet that he'd be able to put that away at the near post. So here, Alex Song cleaning it up, and it's away on the counter. This guy was playing on attacking at this point, trying to come back, and it opened up a ton of free space. Lovely ball to Samuel Eto'o, overlapping. No mistake about that one. Finds the gap at the near post. 4-0 now in this, and it got out of hand quick. I think I am playing in the... I think this was a game in the Gold Cup because I wanted to test out the changes and see exactly how the squad felt, kind of get used to them before heading into Division 1. And I will say the squad plays a lot faster than the last squad that we were using with Big Nick Bentner. And I don't know if I like it, if I dislike it, or kind of where I am with it, but it plays a little bit quicker. And I don't think it's as good. That's kind of where I'll leave it. I think Eto'o is better suited to probably being a striker. I don't think he's a bad attacking midfielder. He might be better suited to being on the wings as well. But he tends to want to run all up in Lukaku's business and get in behind the defense himself, which is kind of way different than Mario Götze, who runs a medium work rate and kind of just hangs out in the middle and orchestrates exactly what's going on. Lukaku wins it back, little deflection here. Nice change of pace and change of direction from Eto'o. Lays it off to Juan Mata, who buries it. 15th minute. And I think we are in Division 1 now. I'm not sure. I need to pay better attention sometimes to where the matches are being played. And this guy a little bit flustered by the pressing, and I just saw the gap. He took a terrible angle there with Renoki. Actually, we might be in the second round of the Cup. But how about that for a chip? Samuel Eto'o, take a bow, or you can just hobble around because you're an old man. Doing his signature celebration right there. I actually kind of laughed when that happened because I completely forgot about that until he scored this. Just a wonderful chip. Look at that. The animation is beautiful on that as well. Really, really enjoyable goal to score. I saw a comment in my Silver Stunners video from earlier in the week that said, Japes, if you could do like a tutorial kind of on like chipping or something like that, that would be fantastic. And that's it's kind of a weird thing because chipping for me is really just a feel. It's like, okay, I'm in this sort of a spot, and I need to use something about this sort of a power feels right, and then hope for the best. We're going to give this free kick to Mario Götze, and he is just going to bury it. I don't know why I decided Götze, but I decided, and it's a wonderful free kick. Curling effort into the corner to give us another 4-goal lead. And this one's going to close out that way as well, obviously, in the 90th minute. But if you want to play around with the chips, I went through games on Ultimate Team where I played some single matches and got a nice lead, or got into a game where I felt really comfortable, especially getting in behind the defense, and just went for a chip every single time. And I do that a lot. I did that at the beginning of the year with finesse shots as well, to kind of figure out where you can and can't finesse from, and what situations are good to do it in, what situations maybe not so good. And then I went about doing the same sort of thing with chipping. Now, I did see a guy commented as well and said, I took a player into the arena and started chipping from all over the place, and you kind of get a feel for the power. So that's actually a really, really good idea as well. And you'll start to figure out where you can and can't chip from. And there are more spots than you might think. So 26,530 coins. Which is a nice total, and we'll be able to add, actually, we're going to build a big money squad coming up, because there's that 4,000 coin tournament where all the players have to be from the same league, and I thought, okay, I could do all BPL players, or I could transition to another league. So I'm going to wait on commentating about that as we get into it, but I had 2 players with some healing issues, and I bought the wrong one for Samuel Eto'o, which was pretty annoying. So I had to go out and buy another one. And when you get annoyed with things, then you just tend to click on buy nows. And I finally found what I was looking for, the upper body one, or it was for Mario Götze. Samuel Eto'o, I ended up buying a all healing fitness for like 1,000 coins, which is not good business, but it was convenient, and that's what I went with. So I looked to see if I could shuffle the squad around and put Götze back in the middle, as I mentioned before, because Mario Götze was he's just better in the middle. It's not that he's not effective out on the wing. You get so much more out of him when he can orchestrate the entire attack from the middle of the park. So we are heading on into the semifinals of the Gold Cup against Base Nectar, and I wasn't sure what to expect, and it came with a very I suppose I'd call this a pretty sweaty team. Lacazette and Remy up front, Valbuena and Cabela as the 2 outside midfielders, and then Diaby and Matuidi. I don't know. He's got all the paciest French players at their positions, I think, for what works with this formation. Maybe there's somebody pacier in Cabela, but I'm not sure who that would be. And his game plan was legitimately sprint. I swear to you, he must have had his right trigger or R2 on the PlayStation taped down, because I have not seen sprinting like this in ages. Lukaku stays onside, even onto his weaker right foot, manages to crush home a goal from inside the box in the 8th minute, giving us a 1-goal lead. Now he is... Again, it was just long ball. So I found myself actually playing a counter game, because his whole team was kind of rushing forward, and my team was still hanging out in and around his box, and was like, hey, if you want to play it to us, we're basically countering against his two defenders and a defensive midfielder right now. So, go for it, rush it on up. But this one, we're going to slow it down a little bit. That was a nice finish from Samuel Eto'o on a first-time volley. And I could have made a pass inside there, but I took a really safe pathing back to the center back. And now we find our way. Alex Song tried to play a little dink through. It didn't make its way there, but the clearance, not a good one, finds its way back to Alex Song, crushes it home in the 40th minute. Again, probably one in my top 5 non-rare CDMs that I've used this year. Just an all-around fantastic player. Very, very good at most things that he does. Now, I give up this goal. A very typical-ish Ultimate Team goal from Lacazette, where it was just poor defending for me. I didn't drag any players over square away on the kickoff to defend against that, and I thought, okay, you want to score from kickoff? I'll show you how to score from kickoff, and we're gonna work this one around nice and slowly. 2 passes there, 3 passes inside Alex Song, back to Koscielny, that's 4, over to Mustafi, that's 5. Not as direct of a path as Lacazette, but nonetheless, this one is going to work out just as well. 6-7, little bit of free space for Edo, and his finishing is delightful. Puts it into the far corner just before the half, giving us a 4-1 lead, and that kind of brought a smile back to my face, because that is the way that I want to play FIFA and the way that I have fun playing FIFA. So after that goal, he pauses the game, and I was expecting the rage quit incoming, so we let the timer tick down, and nonetheless, he did rage quit, but it went into the half, and at this point, this is when he finally decided that he had enough. You can see 72% of possession, absolutely phenomenal stuff, and he rage quits on out. We're heading into the final. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, a like, thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.